Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a great day today. Today, we're diving into the brand new CorOS 3.0 on the Quad Cortex. I'm extremely excited for this. I've been waiting for this update for a while, honestly. Much of what is inside of this update is plugin compatibility. And some of the other stuff that's in this update, new gates, side chains, blends, things like that. I'll go through some of that a little bit, but a lot of what I want to go through today is some of these tones, and I want to check them out and see how they sound. So let's get started. Okay, so the two plugins that we have on the Quad Cortex right now are Archetype Gojira X and Archetype Plenty X. Both of these are absolutely amazing plugins, really versatile. So I think most of what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be taking parts of both of these plugins as well as stock Quad Cortex units, and we're going to be putting them all into one preset, and I'll put that on the Cortex Cloud. I think actually what we're going to start with today is we're going to start with one of the brand new features in the Quad Cortex, and that is, let's see here, I haven't even used some of these yet, the plugin gate. That very simple plugin gate that I absolutely love, where it just has a threshold. And then we're going to go to the plugins, and I'm going to start with my favorite amp out of all of these, and that is the Plenty Crunch. Man, that's amazing to see, honestly. It's incredible. I'm thinking I want to go with a Quad Cortex cab right now. We're going to go for dual cabs here, so I'm going to be sending this multi-out instead to out 3. And then we are going to use multi-out at the end here. So I think I'm going to start with a good cab that I like. Probably one of these Zillas. I'm going to start with this Zilla Open Back Gold. And then let's add one of the plugin cabs. Let's do something like, let's use Gojira Cab 2 and see how that sounds whenever I chain this over here. Yeah, so we're gonna need to raise up this master and our output a little bit. Let's see what happens whenever we first add the master. Let's add some output. Just a little bit more master here. Okay, so I think the first thing that we're going to do to this is we're going to turn on the bright knob. Just adds so much. I love it. Turn up the treble here. Just get us a little something. Yeah, look at that. Now let's add a little bit of gain, maybe to 6 or 7. Let's start with 6. That's doing the trick. I say the next thing that we should add is we should probably add a good overdrive to it. So let's take something like, let's go with a myth drive. Let's go with a Klon. Make it pretty simple. That's pretty nice, but I'd like to get rid of some gain on this and maybe decrease the level just a little bit. Nice. Okay, so with that, I think we're now going to add our reverb. Let's actually go to Plenty. Let's go to Plenty and let's take our Plenty reverb, one of my favorites. I think I'm going to leave the rest of these settings about the same because they always sound great. The next thing that I think we're going to add is, let's add a good hot amp here. So I think we're going to take the Gojira and let's take this, not the hot amp, but the one after that, whatever it means. And let's turn off our Plenty cab and let's see what's going on. Need a little bit more volume on it here, but take a little bit more of the output. And let me take this overdrive off real fast, just to see what we got going on. Let's turn up this master a little bit, see how that. Nice, okay. That sounds really good. Take off the reverb. Okay, maybe we keep the gain about the same. I think actually the bass should come up a little bit on this amp. Let's get this presence. Nice, that sounds great. Okay, next amp that I think we're going to add is we're going to add this Plenty Clean here. And now we're using so much CPU, there's a lot we can't use anymore. We're losing some of these amps and some of all the other stuff. We're going to use all three of these amps here. Okay, so I had a little problem with Cortex control. We had some bugs come up. I've got them filmed and I'm going to report them, but here we go. CorOS 3.0, I finished the rest of the preset, and so I'm going to show it to you. Can't really play tones or anything. I'm just not in that position right now, but let me show it off to you here. So this is our preset. We have 8 different scenes on it. Scene A is going to be our reverse clean. Scene B is going to be our crunch rhythm. Scene C is going to be our crunch lead. Scene D is going to be our hot rhythm. Scene E is going to be our reverb clean. Scene F is going to be our crunch wet. Scene G is going to be our reverse hot. You'll see what that means. And scene H is going to be our hot lead. So starting off with scene A, we have our reverse clean. I have the Plenty pre-delay here set up, and we have it going through the Plenty Clean amp with the 2 cabs that I showed you guys earlier. And then we have the dual reverse delay, which is one of the new features in CorOS 3.0. We're using that, and then we're using the Plenty reverb, which is one of my favorites. Scene B here, we have our crunch rhythm, which is literally just our crunch amp here. Nothing special going on with it. Scene C here is going to be our crunch lead, where we have this overdrive, this myth drive going on here with our archetype Plenty crunch amp with regular simple mono delay with our Plenty reverb. Scene D is going to be our hot rhythm with the third Gojira amp with our overdrive here. Scene E is just going to be our basic reverb clean with our clean amp and our reverb. Scene F is going to be our wet crunch. So basically it's going to be our crunch amp, and then we have our simple delay and our Plenty reverb on it. Scene G is going to be our reverse hot, which is basically the same thing as scene A, except we're using our loud hot amp. And then scene H is going to be our hot lead, where we have the overdrive going with the hot amp with our simple delay and our Plenty reverb. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, even with our little snafu that we had going on with Cortex control. If you want to download the preset that I just showed, it's in the link in the description down below if you want to check it out. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe on this video. It really means a lot to me. And I hope to see you guys in the next one, hopefully with a couple less bugs. I'll see you next time.